Hey guys, Mr. Hall here. I'm going to take a minute to make a real quick video for anybody who is absent in class or isn't going to be in class and needs to know what to do. I talked to you all today during lunchtime or at some point during the day, so hopefully you're here and watching the video at this point. We are going to learn how to take some notes today on research, and everything that you need is right here. Very first thing I'd like you to do is take a look at this practice website right here. So go ahead and click this. And before you begin reading this, what I'm going to have you do is just kind of listen for a second. This week in class, we are going to be using the practice research question of should a bomb have been dropped on the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki during World War II? This is, of course, not a research question because all of you guys probably already know that we're going to be talking about the Holocaust specifically. But to practice research, we're going to be trying to answer this question. Now, you might be thinking that you know already whether or not the bomb should have been dropped, but the truth is that this is a very difficult decision. There are so many good points to be made on both sides, and it's very difficult to make that decision. And I wouldn't have envied to be in President Truman's place at that time whenever he had to make that decision. It was a very devastating bomb, and it did bring an end to World War II. This week on Friday, we're going to have a debate on this between the pro and the con. So what I'm asking you guys to do is, regardless of what you think you know coming into this, kind of wipe the slate clean and start over and, listen to whatever the article that you're reading is saying. I told you earlier today if you should be doing Article A or Article B, and let me just switch back to show you that. If you are doing Article A, then you're going to download this article to do for homework. If you got Article B, then you're going to do this one. If I didn't tell you, go ahead and pick one and just go ahead and do that article. And you're going to see what I mean right now when I say go ahead and do that article. So let me go back to the practice website. And what I would like for you guys to do, just so that we can practice right now, is go ahead and read this article, pause your YouTube video, read this article, and whenever you're done reading, come on back and I'll be here waiting for you. Okay, so you're done reading the video, or reading the article, and it's time for us now to take a look at how would we take notes on this, okay? So let me open up your graphic organizer right here, and I'm going to get out my pen so that I can write. Whenever we're taking notes, guys, one of the most important things is, hold on, let me get this. I haven't used this in a long time. Let me get this thing all worked out here. Okay. One of the most important things we're going to be talking about is making sure that you provide good evidence and analysis for whatever you're thinking about. But let's start at the very top here. What is the question that you are answering? Well, for us, it's going to be the bombing of Hiroshima. Okay, it's not necessarily a question in this case. It's more of a topic. I'm fussing with my pen here a little more. This is pretty cool though, isn't it? But as you guys know, my handwriting can be sometimes suspect, and when I'm writing digitally, it's probably even worse. Answer the 5 W's. Who is the most important? Who are the most important people in this? Well, probably Truman. And whenever I'm doing this, I always like to write what is important about the person so I don't forget. Hirohito. You guys can just be following along with me on your own graphic organizer. And he was, of course, the Japanese emperor. We also have the scientists that worked on the bomb. We could keep on going on and on with that. What happened? Well, it's the dropping of the bomb on those cities. When did it happen? It happened August 6 and 9 of 1945, because the 6th was Hiroshima and the 9th was Nagasaki. Where did it happen? Well, it happened in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I'm just going to put H and N right there. It happened in New Mexico because they tested the bomb there. And it also happened in New York City because the Manhattan Project, of course, was dubbed that because they developed the bomb in New York City. Why? Well, there's a lot of reasons why, but we could kind of speculate as to some right now. suppose one of the reasons why would be retaliation from Pearl Harbor. But one of the biggest reasons would probably also be to end the war. Okay, so after you're done kind of, and this is just to kind of get you acquainted, all these questions up here with the article, get your feet wet with it. What I would like for you guys to think about right now is the process of taking notes. And I want you to think about 2 specific steps of taking notes. Okay, the first one is to identify important passages. Okay, so in this, you're really taking a big piece of information and taking it and making it very small so that you can get the best passages from the article possible. Okay, the second part that you're going to be working on when you're taking notes is to analyze / evaluate / what do we want to say? Answer why is the info important? Okay, so these are the 2 main steps that you're going to be accomplishing whenever you take any sort of note. Identify the important passages, analyze, evaluate why is the information important. So let me erase this stuff that I just wrote right here so that we can actually practice doing a little part of that. So first of all, my writing has gotten a lot better all of a sudden. I'm going to identify a passage. So if I go back here to the practice website, well, to be honest with you guys, if I were taking notes on this, I would make it into 3 columns. The Manhattan Project, No Surrender for the Japanese, and Little Boy and Fat Man. Okay, so let me just go back to, where was I before? Over here. I would do it in categories 1, 2, and 3. But that's just me, okay? So the first category was the Manhattan Project. Okay. So from the Manhattan Project, what was something that was very, what was something that was very important from that piece? And I'm just going to go through and pick something very quickly. American scientists became concerned with the nuclear weapons research being done in Nazi Germany. Okay, so if I just do a copy, I looked it up under the dictionary, I'm sorry. If I just did a simple copy and go back over to my notebook, and I think I can paste in here, I don't know. It's not going to let me do that. I would actually have to go through and write the passage. Okay, let's just assume for a second that I've written that passage down. Okay, Then I would have to analyze that passage. Why is it important? Well, because the Americans want the bombs faster than the Nazis. They don't want them to have them. There's this world competition for them, of course. Whenever we think about this, I want you to think that your passage is a direct quotation. So you should be using quotation marks around whatever you're doing. Sorry. And you should also be listing the page number, if there are any page numbers on it. And I think for the articles that I've given you, the page numbers are on there. So you always want to do direct quotation marks and page numbers. Okay? And for your analysis, is this stuff coming necessarily from the article? And the answer to that, of course, is no. You are getting that information from your brain. You're thinking, why is this important? How can I analyze this? And for this, guys, I'd like for you to probably have at least 3 to 4 sentences of analysis for each one of your different pieces of note-taking. So let me erase this to clean it up a little bit. What I would like for you to do for tonight is in your article, find 4 passages that are important, okay, and analyze each one of them. And like I said, you should probably have at least 3 to 4 sentences for each analysis. So let's go back here. I'm going to show you where to get your article from. Okay? If you're in the A group, you're in the A pro article. This one is going to be saying that the bomb should have been dropped. In the B article is the con. It's going to be saying the bomb shouldn't have been dropped. You can download the graphic organizer that I was just using, the front side right here and the back side right here. Of course, print these out if you'd like. It'd probably help a lot. You can print it out, do it. We're going to do the A article tomorrow, which would be Tuesday or Wednesday, and the B article will be on Thursday. I'm going to check to make sure that you have the graphic organizer done. Of course, using a highlighter when you're trying to find passages probably would be helpful for you as well. And then, like I said, we're going to use this information to do a debate on Friday. So do your best and bring it back to class. If you have any questions, give me an email. Thanks.